Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video we have a lot to talk about, including some trade rumors with Jacoby Brissett. The Commanders expected to trade either Montez Sweat or Chase Young at the deadline, and a bunch of injury and roster news. Everything will be covered in this video, so stay tuned for that. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. It really does help out the channel a ton. Alrighty, so let's get started with Jacoby Brissett. So this is from Jeremy Fowler saying multiple NFL teams are pursuing Commanders backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett ahead of the NFL trade deadline, per Jeremy Fowler. So nothing surprising, but definitely teams that are in need of quarterbacks, whether it's a team like the Jets, who, Zach Wilson's been playing better. And, they still, they're 3-3. I believe that if they win this week, they're going to be 4-3. So they might not want him, but a team like the Browns, who have had injury concerns at the quarterback position with Deshaun Watson, they could bring in Jacoby Brissett. The fans of the Browns have been clamoring for it, and so have some of the reporters. There's other teams that could use a really good backup quarterback as well, like teams that are making a playoff push or are going to be like borderline playoff teams. If one of their quarterbacks goes down, they need someone that can step in for a couple games. Like this, having an elite backup quarterback is a luxury to have. So if we aren't in the position to have luxuries, we need good players, because we have a bunch of starters that are not great. So if we can get a third round pick or a fourth round pick for Jacoby Brissett, I'm fine with it, because let's keep it real. I don't think we're going to, make a lot of noise this year. If we do, it'll be like 9 or 10 wins. And if we get to 9 or 10 wins, I want to do that with Sam Howell. Getting to 9 or 10 wins with Jacoby Brissett really doesn't do anything. So I hope it doesn't happen, knock on wood. But let's say Sam Howell gets hurt. Okay, like let's say in 3 or 4 weeks. Then Jacoby Brissett goes in and leads us to 8, maybe 9 wins. What does that really do for you? If we're going to make the playoffs, let's have Sam do it for us. So and if Sam does go down, again, hope it doesn't happen, knock on wood. If he goes down, though, you can have Jake Fromm start there. The team will be horrible. You'll get a decent draft pick, which is better than, having 6 wins, 7 wins. And I know we're at 3, so it'd be tough to get to, anything less than 6. But even 6 wins, you're going to have like probably a top 10 pick versus like in the past we're picking like at 15, around 15. Most of the years. So I think trading Jacoby Brissett would not be a bad move. He's already given most of the leadership and mentorship that he can to Sam Howell. That a lot of that is done in the offseason and early in the season. So if you can get a 4th round pick for him or anything like that, I definitely wouldn't mind it at all. And obviously, Ron Rivera probably doesn't want to trade Jacoby Brissett, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young, because those guys are going to help him win. And he needs to, if he wants to keep this job, he's going to have to win. But also at the same time, Josh Harris, he's not going to be like, oh, trade Chase Young, trade Montez Sweat. But he might be like, okay, let's sell at the deadline. And if Ron Rivera is against that, or if he doesn't follow what Harris wants, even if Harris doesn't directly tell him, then Harris might not, that might not be a good look for Rivera in terms of Harris's perspective. But my opinion on Jacoby Brissett has always been, even early on in the year when we were 2-0, I would not mind trading him, getting an asset. And if there's multiple teams pursuing him, I think you can get a 4th round pick. I think you can get a 4th round pick. And a 4th round pick, it's not a lot, but you can use that next, you can use some of these picks to trade up if you really want to. Like a 3rd round pick can move you up, depending on where it is, it definitely can move you up spots in the 2nd round. And sometimes if it's late in the 1st, you can move up spots for 3rd round picks as well. So they are valuable, and a 4th round pick is, all these things are valuable, especially for a new front office coming in. So definitely wouldn't mind them trading Jacoby Brissett, because he will be gone after this year. Someone like Chase Young or Montez Sweat, they can franchise tag one of those guys, and they can also, extend one of those guys. But Jacoby Brissett, he's going to be gone next year. Okay, other thing. This is from Diana Rossini, says Commanders want a 2nd round pick for, Chase Young and Montez Sweat and are listening offers, but they've only received offers in the 3rd round range so far. So interesting right there. For me, I'm not trading Chase Young at all at this moment, because his value is low. But if he does what he's been doing this season and continues it for the rest of the year, he's going to get, his value is going to go much higher. Montez has been doing what he's doing this year, basically every year. Maybe the sack totals are a little bit higher this year. I still think his value, I wouldn't trade Montez for a third because, again, it's not guaranteed, but you're likely to get a comp pick in the future. And if not, you can extend one of these guys, franchise tag the other, and you can always, if you want, trade one of those guys on whoever's on the franchise tag, either in the offseason or mid-year next year again, So I just don't see the need to, I just don't see the need to trade these guys for a low value third, fourth round pick. You might as well just keep them for the rest of the year, especially if it's a fourth round pick or a low third. If it's a third and a fourth or fifth for Montez, I wouldn't like that, but maybe you do it. If it's a second, at this point, I'm okay with it, even though I probably still wouldn't do it because I think he's more, it's a valuable position. Edge rusher's a valuable position, and he's a good player. I think he's worth more than second, especially when Bradley Chubb went for a first, fourth, and running back, and he was not under contract. That's another thing. He was not under contract. He was injury prone, and the Dolphins traded for him for all that. So if they can trade for Bradley Chubb for that amount, they can trade for Chase Young and Montez Sweat for more, for about that or less. But real quick, a word from today's sponsor. If you've ever thought, why the heck is my wireless bill so darn high? Let me tell you about Mint Mobile, who I'm partnering with for today's video. You might already know Mint Mobile if you've seen those funny ads from Ryan Reynolds, who is also an owner. But let me quickly tell you about how awesome their service is. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for as low as $15 a month, and you don't have to sacrifice any coverage, speed, or data. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network. They keep costs low because they sell direct to you online. Why should you pay more than you have to for access to this same network? All Mint Mobile plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning fast 5G and free mobile hotspot. Mint also offers a modern family plan that lets you set up a super affordable family plan with as little as 2 lines. I've used Mint Mobile over the last 2 weeks to watch YouTube videos and podcasts, and it's been very quick and efficient. Switching to Mint is very, very easy. Thanks to their digital eSIM cards, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone isn't eSIM compatible, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. It is extremely easy to switch to Mint Mobile, and now they have a special limited time offer where you can get their unlimited plan, which is normally $30 a month, for only $15 a month. That's 50% off. It takes 15 minutes to pay $15 a month for your new phone plan. It's that simple. Use my link to get started in the description. Okay, so we're back, and just my final thoughts on the Chase Young Montez Sweat situation. I think they're gonna trade one of those guys, and let me see. Let me pull out the report. Sorry, I got an ad there, but this from CBS says league sources anticipate the Commanders will part either Chase Young or Montez Sweat by Tuesday, especially if Washington loses Sunday to the Eagles to fall to 3-5 on the year and 0-3 the division. They received calls on the players this week. That's kind of the situation right there. So they might trade him, they might not, but the reports are kind of trending towards that direction. I saw on Twitter someone posted that Montez Sweat took Commanders out of his bio. I don't know if he had it in his bio already, but it's not in his bio anymore for Instagram. So, take that for whatever you want. I know some people read into that, some people don't, but if he does leave it, he had a good career here so far. But at the end of the day, guys, we've had 4 of these guys together, and we have not won. We have not won, and our defense has not shown to be dominant over a full season. So if they can get a second at the end of the day, I'm with it for Montez. For Chase, I still don't think trading him for a second is the right move. I think keeping him, unless you think there's no chance he comes back, but at the same time, you don't know that. You do not know that, because if he has a problem with Ron Rivera, if he does, which I think there's a possibility there, if Ron Rivera is probably going to be gone this year, so is the front office, so is everyone who's negotiating the contract. So if he has a problem with any of those people, well, it might be solved if he messes with the new people. If he likes the new people, then that could change. So I don't think you can be like, oh, let's trade him because he's no way he's going to be back here next year. That's kind of my thoughts because it's going to be a whole new coaching staff and front office. Other stuff, this is kind of roster stuff, and this is big, big news. Cody Barton, Sadiq Charles, both on IR. That's 4 games each of them. I know people don't like Cody Barton, but I think Cody Barton is better than David Mayo, and the last couple games he played, it was a little bit better, and that Falcons game was pretty solid from him. I know people don't like him, and that's fine. I did not agree with the decision to bring him in over Cody Barton or over Cole Holcomb, but they did it. Sadiq Charles on IR. Looks like from what the reports are is that they're going to start Chris Paul, which, okay, I don't have a problem with that, but, and this is what Ben Stanek says, it's looking like it's Chris Paul. That's what he said. But that just doesn't make sense to me, or at least in terms of their logic. I'm not saying it's a bad move, but why do you have Chris Paul inactive every single week, and then you decide to play him once your left guard goes down, and then, Ben Stanek said it's because of position flex. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ricky Stromberg, again, was active on game days, and he played left guard and right guard so far this season in games, and he can play center. That's the definition of position flex. So that logic is very flawed, again, with Ron Rivera. So I don't know. It might just be that he doesn't feel like Ricky Stromberg's ready. And I like Ricky, but this draft class has not looked great. And again, I still think Ricky's good. I think he has a chance to be a good starter, but I don't know. I would probably play Ricky instead of Chris Paul, but we'll see what Chris Paul does. I mean, he was a 7th-round pick last year, and he was competing for a roster spot, and then this whole season he's been inactive, which also didn't really make sense. Fedarian Mathis finally activated from IR. He will be back. He will be playing. That's what they said. Will be good to get him back. 2nd-round pick. Haven't gotten anything from him yet. So this will be his, I guess, 2nd official game, but the first game he got hurt on the first possession. So that was in 2021, right? Or 2022, I think. That was against the Chargers. Yeah, I think that's against the Jaguars. Alex Arma signed from the practice squad, not a surprise. And then Tariq Castro-Fields and Jabril Cox elevated from the practice squad. Made a video about Jabril Cox yesterday. Like the move. Hopefully he gets some PT. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. No preview stream for today. Got some activities for tonight, but if I had to give a prediction, I'll put an official one out tomorrow. I'll say like 27 to, I'll go 24-17 Eagles. I'm feeling like that. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.